Yo, what's going on, everybody? Before this video begins, a couple of things that I want to throw out there real quick. Number one, this is a little bit more of a serious tone video. I don't want to make it too long, but I did want to collect all my thoughts and put it in one dedicated video. So if anybody ever comes around wondering what my thoughts were on the subject, it's in its own intimate little box that isn't shared like at the intro of another video. It's got its own place. And second, all the thoughts in this video are 100% from up here. I wasn't asked to make this video. I wasn't pressured to make this video. Nobody came at me saying, Brandon, you need to address this thing that's going on. This is completely out of my own will. So I just want to get that out there before I continue. This is regarding something I would consider a pretty big mistake that I made last week. And if you live under a rock, you might not know what happened last week. Last week was Minecraft Monday, and it was a giant tournament. Again, for those that don't know, it was a really big event, and it housed a lot of my friends, close people that I associate with here on YouTube, and a lot of other people that I have never spoken with that I had an amazing time just communicating with, networking, etc. It was a really fantastic time, and it was a great tournament. I loved it. I loved playing in it. That is to say that I will not be participating in any future Minecraft Monday tournaments, and I've also deleted my POV of my Minecraft Monday tournament, both from YouTube and Twitch. I know that's a lot to handle for a second, but the mistake that I'm referring to is something that I broke, and that is what I call responsibility on YouTube as a social media influencer. And I know the word influencer gets thrown around quite a lot, but everybody that has a following is an influencer in some way, shape, or form. If people come to my streams and ask me what peripherals I'm using and they buy a certain peripheral because I use it, I'm an influencer whether I like it or not. So as an influencer, I do have a responsibility to uphold rather. And it's something that I've said at the beginning of every paid series that I've done, every endorsement that I've made, every promotion that I've been a part of, anything that involves selling something to you guys on my YouTube channel. I've always said at the beginning that I will only take up deals from people whom I trust. Some person in the back of it that's organizing the whole thing or owns the thing, is producing the thing, etc. I have to have some sort of mutual trust and respect for the person, as well as know that their intentions are in the best interest of my viewers. And that is something that I do not believe the organizer of Minecraft Monday, Keemstar, is. I do not believe that Keemstar has good intentions for his audience or for mine. I do not believe that Keemstar is a good role model or influencer on any social media platform he's a part of. And I frankly do not believe in barely anything that he does. Our views are entirely contradictory. Over my last couple of years on YouTube, I've been very passionate about my beliefs of what I want to spread awareness to around the world. And I don't need to go into specifics of them because Keem has done a lot in the past. And it was my fault for participating in a tournament without realizing who I was promoting. I think that my reasoning for joining it and going through with the whole deal, because I talked about it for a while, I believe I was in some sort of romance period, some sort of butterfly phase where everything just seemed like peaches and rainbows. I was invited to this wonderful deal that it seemed like this epitome of my career, that it was like, oh my God, I get to play Hunger Games with so many people. And it's a serious thing, and so many people are going to be watching this, and it's what a great opportunity. But that doesn't excuse my actions or deter my responsibility to own up to my mistake. So again, I'm sorry. I refuse to give Keemstar any light on my platform. I do not want to associate myself with him whatsoever, and I do not want any of you to associate yourselves with him, because it's very easy for someone to come along my YouTube channel or any YouTube channel and see if I am working with somebody, whether directly or indirectly. The assumption can be made that I support them, whether strictly stated or not. And I do not support Keemstar in the slightest. So if anybody else is running this organization, anybody else is running Minecraft Monday, 100% without hesitation would be a part of it, without a doubt. But unfortunately, it is run by someone who I believe is only chasing views, is only chasing his own interest, and for other terms, cannot give a rat's ass about me. And I do not want to play in a tournament that, when it all boils down to it, I'm only seen for my views, because something else that I believe in on YouTube, and I've seen a lot of other content creators tell other content creators is that we are not the sum of our viewership. Just because our views go down on YouTube or Twitch or our analytics start to dive, that does not define us as a person, and that directly defines my value in that tournament. I know it's a tournament for the big dogs, but after being a part of it in the first week, it was very clear that if our numbers did not match up, we were simply not welcome there. And mine matched up. I still didn't feel welcome. So all that should go around to say that I did not feel well putting any of that out on any of my platforms. And I'm going to continue making content with the people that participate in the tournament, my friends, because I do not have any thoughts on whether or not they are good or bad people for associating them with Keemstar. That's not my place to say. But if anybody else, anybody that was close to me or anyone else that wasn't Keemstar also shared Keemstar's views, I would likely distance myself from them and not put them on my channel. Because at the end of the day, this is about morale. And I know that at the end of the day, what I have to life is my word. And my word to you guys moving forward is that I have a responsibility to make sure that everything that I put on here is goodwill. And I didn't do that. And I'm going to do better moving forward. So that's everything. Again, the only thing I can apologize about to you guys is that I know you were really stoked to see my POV in future tournaments. And trust me, I just wish that this was not an aspect of it so that I could continue making it forever. Because I had a great time, but at the end of the day, it's a bigger thing than that. So hopefully you understand. And I will catch you guys in the next video. One last thing that I forgot to cover in the video is that none of this is directed toward Vic. I know he was the one who got me in, and I mentioned specifically that without him, being a partner of him, I wouldn't have been in the tournament. So I don't hold any remorse for him like getting me in on this thing that I somehow now regret. My regret and him are completely separate. Same deal with all my friends that are participating in this. There is no ill feeling toward any of them or any other feeling. Just has to do with Keem. I just want to make that clear before anybody thinks like, oh, do you suddenly think less of Vic or whatever? No, absolutely not. Anyway, that's all. Thank you for watching.